A lovely good afternoon and welcome to ICU TV Lunchtime News. My name is Miriam Deborah Gamani. We take a look at the stories making headlines. SCC arrests teacher and education officer over corruption. Education Ministry urges private sector alumni supporters enrollment rise. And later in the news, floods disrupt water supply in Lundazi. And in our international news, Thailand releases 18 Cambodian soldiers following Ceasefire. And in our sports news, Dr. Ngongo gives updates on fashion Sakala's condition. More details coming shortly after this. And now the news in details. The Anti-Corruption Commission, SCC, in Livingstone has arrested and charged a Lusaka-based teacher and clerical officer at the Southern Province Education Office in Choma for corrupt practices. The SCC says Messi Mwiko Mukupa, a teacher of Northmead Primary School in Lusaka, and Kelly Mpundu, a clerical officer at the Provincial Education Office, have been charged under the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012. Mukupa has been charged with 2 counts of corrupt practices by a public officer, while Mpundu is facing 1 count of the same offense. The commission alleged that between January and December 2021 in Livingstone District, Mukupa corruptly solicited and received money amounting to 28,000 kwacha from 2 individuals as an inducement to facilitate the recruitment of teachers in the Ministry of Education. According to SCC, part of the money was later paid to Mpundu for gratification to aid the same recruitment process. The 2 suspects have been since released on bond and are expected to appear in court soon. The Ministry of Education has called on the private sector and Alumni Association to partner with government in supporting the provision of quality education across the country. Permanent Secretary for Education Service Dr. Kelvin Mambwe says the introduction of free education has led to a sharp increase in school enrollments, with 6.4 million learners recorded of the 31st December 2024. Dr. Mambwe notes that the increased number have put pressure on existing resources, marketing stakeholders' partnership critical to maintaining quality education. He was speaking during the handover on 100 of 1,000 by Chimwala Boys Secondary School Alumni Association to Chiwala Boys Provincial STEM Education School. The funds will be used to purchase 30 dining hall benches. Dr. Mambwe commended the alumni for supplementing government efforts, saying such support plays a key role in improving learning conditions in schools. Water supply in Lundazi district has been disrupted following heavy rains that triggered flooding and submerged the Eastern Water and Sanitation Company, Lundazi Water Treatment Plant. EWSC Assistant Public Relations Officer Kaben Bewe says the flooding occurred yesterday between 04 hours and 7 hours, resulting in the complete submission of the treatment plant. Ms. Mbewe says the incident forced the immediate suspension of water production, affecting all customers across Lundazi district. She says the company has engaged relevant stakeholders to ensure a swift solution to the situation. Ms. Mbewe adds that EWSC is urgently exploring alternative water resources as a short-term measure to reduce the impact of the disruption while restoration works continue. Residents have been advised to observe proper hygiene and safety measures as they seek alternative water resources during the period of disruption. Ms. Mbewe has urged the public that regular updates will be provided as efforts continue to restore normal water supply. The Mambwe Stream Culvert Replacement Project in Rufunsa District is nearing completion, with installation of a durable four-cell box culvert and embankment works currently at 80%. Full restoration of the traffic is expected by 31st December 2025. The project is a joint effort between the Road Development Agency (RDA) and the Zambian National Service. We have more details in this report.
Here's an update on the Mambwe Box Culvert right here in the Rufunsa district. We are trying to highlight some of the projects government is doing through the Road Development Agency. Okay, what is happening on the ground is straightforward. The Road Development Agency mobilized the Mambwe Stream site on 5th October 2025 following the collapse of an AMCO culvert area in the year. Now that failure, which occurred in January 2025 in the Chinyunyu area of Rufunsa district, disrupted traffic and exposed the vulnerable aging drainage infrastructure along this particular route. Now, the response has not been temporary repairs, not at all. The collapsed structure has been replaced entirely. RDA, working through its Lusaka province office, has upgraded the crossing to a 4-cell box culvert, as you can see, each measuring 2.4 meters by 2.4. These particular designs allow significantly higher water flow and improves resilience during heavy rains. The box culvert, as you can see, itself has now been completed and it's functioning as designed. Road embankment works are going on. About 80% of the embankment construction has been achieved so far, with compaction and backfilling progressing steadily. You can see this. Completion of the embankment is targeted for December 2025. This month, already tomorrow we should be closing, but they're almost done, after which traffic will be fully redirected from the Dutua back into the main alignment connecting to the greatest road at Mambwe Stream. This particular project is being delivered through inter-agency collaboration. The Zambian National Service has provided earth-moving equipment, reducing costs and speeding up delivery, while RDA is handling the technical and construction aspects. It is a model increasingly being used to maximize public resources and deliver results faster on the ground. President Hakainde Hichilema has consistently directed that road works must focus on durability, safety, and value for money, not repeated short-term fixes that fail every rain season. Upgrading failed AMCO culverts to properly engineered box culverts fits directly into the policy line. It reduces future maintenance costs, protects communities from isolation during floods, and keeps trade and daily movement going even under extreme weather conditions. As rainfall patterns become more intense and unpredictable, drainage structures are no longer a minor component of road projects. They are central to keeping roads open, protecting investments already made, and safeguarding livelihoods. Okay? At Mambwe Stream, the outcome is clear. A collapsed culvert has been replaced with a permanent, not permanent as such, but some structure that will stand the test of time. Traffic disruptions are nearing an end. And a known flood risk point has been addressed in a way that is built to last, okay, in line with the presidential directive that public infrastructure must work for the people in all seasons, not just when conditions are easy.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has intensified information dissemination and stakeholders' engagement ahead of the Chawama parliamentary by-election scheduled for 15th January 2026. As part of its voter education strategy, the Commission has incorporated drama and dance performance to mobilize and sensitize communities on the electoral process. The drama troupe has so far staged community performances in Koloma, Chawama, and John Howard wards, aimed at encouraging public participation and promoting a peaceful and informed electoral process. We take a break. Coming up in international and sports news, Thailand releases 18 Cambodian soldiers following Ceasefire, and Dr. Ngongo gives update on fashion Sakala's condition.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back, and now in our international news. Thailand has released 18 Cambodian soldiers who were captured in July during deadly border clashes, following a ceasefire agreement reached between the two countries on Saturday. The handover was delayed by one day after Thai authorities raised concern over alleged violations of the ceasefire. However, the release proceeded after sustained diplomatic pressure from China to ensure the agreement holds. Tensions along the Thailand-Cambodia border escalated earlier this month and continued for several weeks, forcing nearly 1 million people to flee their homes. Under the ceasefire deal, both sides agreed to freeze front lines of their current positions, halt any reinforcements, and allow civilians in border areas to return to their homes as soon as possible. We take a short break. More to come in sports news. Don't go away.
Hello. The Information and Communications University, ICU. What comes to your mind when you hear of this name? Is it the beautifully architectured infrastructure at our campus? Or is it the amazing students that are always performing well in their fields? My name is Zimba Emmanuel, and I present to you Alumni Chronicles, a program that gets to look at all students that have passed through the corridors of ICU and are making an impact in society today. Join me every week as I sit down with former students and get to listen to them, what they have to say about life after they've been through the university. Remember, it's ICU TV every week.
Welcome back, and now in our sports news. Chipolopolo team Dr. Wesley Ngongo has given an update of the condition of team captain Fashion Sakala, who was recently hospitalized in Rabat, Morocco.
Dr. Ngongo, the nation is waiting. Fashion, what is the latest?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So the latest is that he's doing much better than he was yesterday. Just to go back a bit, as was announced yesterday, he had abdominal discomfort, which really started the day before the match day. Fortunately, he was able to train fully without restrictions. However, on the next day, which was the match day, when we were doing routine pre-match checks, we found that he was feeling weak. He also had like general body weakness as well as some dizziness. So we're concerned about the possibility of his body fluids and electrolytes not being in balance. So for this reason, he was taken to the hospital where various tests were done to investigate the level of the cause of this weakness, as well as how severe it was, and he was put on treatment. And fortunately, after the game was done, late in the night, he had improved, and he was allowed to go back to the hotel. And this morning, we checked on him. He's doing better. He's continued to improve, but we're still monitoring because he's ill. So we still have to continue being on the lookout just in case he deteriorates. But of course, he's improved.
Okay. Just in summary, he is in Casablanca right now with the rest of the team that is planning to depart.
Yes. He traveled with us from Rabat this morning, and we got here together. And even when we got here, we had a check on him, and he's still much improved compared to how he was yesterday.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor.
All right. Thank you.
That sports item brings us to the end of ICU TV Lunchtime News. But before we go, a quick recap of the stories that made headlines. STC arrests teacher and education officer over corruption. Education Ministry urges private sector and alumni support as enrollments raise. Floods disrupt water supply in Lundazi. And in our international news, Thailand releases 18 Cambodian soldiers following ceasefire. In our sports news, Dr. Ngongo gives update on fashion Sakala's condition. Thank you so much for tuning in to our lunchtime news. For more updates, do watch our main news at 20 hours. Have a pleasant day.